Okay, let me cross my fingers and turn on the camera. Hate to coffee at your work. Ha! Let me turn on the ramp constantly. And that's not. Can I say FML now or do I stream? There we go. There we go. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? Let me see here. Everybody pray and, send energies to see if we can make it through a show without the, stream and my computer going at the same time. So I am saying good morning to Panina this morning. There's a Neil. There's a chair view. He be rolling. They be hating. Sir Wolfie. A Mariel Bell, a reality check, a Jason, I have a Fenrir. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can do this here. And get Nightbot woken up, unless he's on strike again. Whoops, let's try this again. Okay, so since Monday, all hell's been breaking loose. I'm sure all of you guys have heard of Weinstein and what's going on there. I've also been seeing reports off of, obviously, Plato and Slate and them trying to apologize for Weinstein's actions. There's no apologizing. There's nothing you can say to convince me that the guy was not a complete fucking sleaze. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be tried. He needs to be put in jail. He's sexually harassed. He attemptedly raped some women. He was absolutely despicable and abusing his place of power in his company in Hollywood in order to prey on young up and coming actresses. For that. Okay? None whatsoever. He needs to go to jail. Not only does he need to go to jail, he needs to go to a state prison. There needs to be some sort of paperwork file up, and he needs to be put in general population. That's all I have to say on the matter. I'm not going to be reporting in depth on that because if you watch Philly D like I do, he's got the entire story from beginning to end. Actresses coming forward. Now, so we're not going to be discussing that on the show. There's a friend of mine. If you're in different servers, you've probably either heard of him in those servers after what has happened, or you have been online on Twitter and you've been seeing the Twitter posts. My friend Pagan Minotaur has a neighbor who doesn't agree with Pagan Minotaur's Native American religious aspects, and he doesn't agree with the fact that Pagan Minotaur has been doing counter arguments to vegans in his videos on his channel. And as such, this person has decided that he is going to Pagan Minotaur in about a couple of weeks if Pagan doesn't take down the videos from his channel. Emailed about 6 of us, or she has emailed about 6 of us. I have responded, not very happily, to this particular person because, first of all, I don't like doxers. Second of all, don't threaten me. I consider my friends, and certainly don't let me see the email before I've had coffee. Good morning, Roman. How are you? So that's been going on. Morning, Green Badger. Welcome to the Morning Brew, where we do news, shout outs, and a little bit of fun at the end. And I bullshit for about 5 minutes or something at the beginning of the show. All while having, thank you, Fen. All while having coffee, because that's what the Morning Brew is all about. Ronan is not with me because Ronan is in California, training to be an intermodal. Who don't know what an intermodal driver is, those are the people with the shipping containers on the frames in the back of the trucks. No, he is nowhere near the wildfires. He is safe from the wildfires that are going on around in that area. He will be back early Saturday morning, 6:30 in the morning, early Saturday morning. So Monday, he will probably be on the road. But between him and me and what we have arranged, we want to have a segment on the show while he is live, road report. So he's going to be a little more active on the show, which means the show might be a little bit longer, but you're going to be getting a road report from my other half. Chan, please keep track of all these emails and report them to the authorities. Oh, I haven't gotten rid of a single email. Jason, is Ronan going to drive back? No, he is not going to drive back. Where he's at is a training facility, not an operations center. They're going to fly him back so we can go to intermodal operations are based and he can get a truck because he does not have a truck, so he can't drive back. Will he be eastbound and down? For over 10, 15 years. And yes, when he hammers down, he hammers down. And so you're saying he has a long way to go in a short time to get there, always with intermodal drivers. He will be being paid, I believe he said 41 cents a mile, $15 per load, and $15 per stop. So he runs the risk of making a lot of money. It's within a 300-mile radius. And they said that he would probably average around $1,000 to $1,100 a week. So that is why both of us have been excited, because that means these digs will be changing soon. And when we get out of here and into an apartment, I will do a vlog of the apartment tour. Our furry four-legged friend over here, who likes to be an awkward angle so nobody can see him on camera, apparently, is going to have his own webcam so you guys can watch him while we're on the news. Yes, that is good. No problem. So that's why we've been excited and we've been happy, because we can't wait to get started, get rolling, get on the road, and improve our situation. Because as soon as we improve our situation and get evened out in our new place, we both have decided that we are going to become patrons to some of the content creators that we like to watch on a regular basis. We want to give back to you all the help that you've given to us, and we want to do it in any way possible, and that's the way we have decided to do it. Schneider's always hiring, Panina, and they do have their own driving school. They do have their own driving school. No stop today. All right. There isn't going to be a Las Vegas update. Some of you may be a bit disappointed in that, but trying to keep some sort of journalistic integrity on this show. There's way too much information, a lot of it contradicting, coming out of Las Vegas right now. Doing is gathering information, seeing if I can correlate data, and confirming more information on what's going on in Las Vegas, how the investigation is going. That way I can give you the facts as I can confirm them. The rest of the report is probably going to be on a blog post, so keep an eye on my blog for that. I will be recapping the stuff that has been confirmed, and I will be adding to that as I confirm more information, and any questions that I still have are probably going to be on a part 2 or a part 3 of that particular series, because I really want to break down to get into the crux of the matter and give you guys as much confirmable information as possible. I wish that amount of money actually paid for a nice place. I said pay cost of living. Oh, I'm sorry, reality check. There are a lot of trucking companies out there that offer schools. There are 2 companies that I do not recommend you drive for. One of them is Western Express. The other one is Central Refrigerated. Western Express has a bad reputation with its drivers anyway. Western Express also has a bad reputation of if you're based out of their Tennessee terminal, you don't get to see your family for 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time if you're a long haul driver. Okay, if you have a family, you don't get to see them for months on end. They don't bring you back home for 3, 4, 5 months. Central Refrigerated has a bad habit of screwing you over. They did him. They put him on his own op program, and they stranded him in Texas for 3 days with no money and no food. So those are 2 companies I don't recommend. Move to Savage further. So, yeah, it is. It's bullshit. You added yourself, Sir Wolfie. Are you feeling okay, or are you talking to yourself in the chat? All right, so first story of the day. All right, wildfires. Let me put on my glasses. I can't see shit. Boy, I need to go to the damn eye doctor soon. Wildfires force a second look at the alert system in Sonoma County. There's 23 dead because of the wildfires. The emergency system alerts only work for text messages, emails, phone calls, tweets, and landlines. And these are landline phones we're talking about. They rely solely on mobile phones, landlines, and the internet. The fires ripped through the Sonoma wine country on Sunday. All the alert systems are opt-in. You have to sign up in order to get the service. So if they don't sign up, they don't get the alert service. Nearly 80 cell towers were either knocked out or damaged in the wildfires from Sunday, and the wildfires are still raging. Okay. Ronan suggested this morning that instead of doing all these alert systems through the phones and things of that nature, because let's face it, some people shut their phones off when they go to sleep. Some people turn off all their electronics when they go to sleep, so they're not getting any alerts. They need some sort of alarm that rings out over the town to tell them that something's going on. Some sort of siren. That they're relying merely on electronic means to alert the populace of these wildfires, and that's what they're going to be reassessing. It's been insane. I saw a video of a hospital being evacuated, doctors and nurses pushing a huge medical bed down the street and being chased by flames. Wow, Neil. Reality check. Everyone in Sonoma County and Napa have landlines. The place is stuck in a time warp. It's still 1985 over there, I swear. Oh, wow, I did not know that. There is a story about some of the sheriffs going to the more rural counties with their sirens blaring on their loudspeakers, trying to get people to get out of these rural towns. They were going door to door. Some people were actually arguing with them. Police are trying to evacuate your ass so you don't get roasted alive, and you're going to argue with them. Adventures in stupidity, I guess. Adventures in stupidity. All right, let's see. Next one. Our shitlord in chief, as I like to call him. Trump wants to boost lower premium health insurance plans. He's going to sign an executive order today because he doesn't think that the Congress is moving fast enough for his taste. They're not moving at all, actually. They keep being stagnant on all sorts of shit and not getting anything accomplished. Let me see. The executive order aims to make lower premium plans widely available. It pushed back from medical associations, consumer groups, and some insurers, and it's these self-same groups that are blocking the repeal and replace that he wants to do. The proposal on the executive order may include association health plans that could be shielded from state and federal requirements. It's for standard coverage, equal pricing, regardless of health, no money limits on insurer payouts, easing restrictions on short-term policies that last less than a year, an option for people in life transition like college to retirees, set aside pre-tax dollars so employees can sign up for these. For those of you that don't know what pre-tax dollars are, if you sign up for Aflac or something called Colonial, what they do is they take the fees out of your paycheck before the taxes are applied, and then they apply the taxes and you get the rest of your wages. That's what pre-tax dollars are. So they can get individual health policies. So that is what he wants to do today. But as usual, I am going to predict that this particular executive order is probably going to be contested highly, not only in Congress, but in the courts. And he's not going to be able to do what he wants to do. That is 5 to 10 minutes behind. It's probably a combination of the server and my computer. When I get a new computer, hopefully I'll be able to keep up with everybody. So we're getting there. I think I have a new computer coming around the corner. So sorry about the time warp. But I will, respond to you in kind because I like talking and I like interacting with my chat. On your hips. All right, they probably think it'll be safe if they sandbag their homes. Yeah, there's not very many smart people in California. My theory is we find and locate the shitlords. We plan an exit strategy for them to come out of California. Oh my God, I spilled coffee. It's caffeine abuse. Oh shit. Oh my God, I've had a crisis on my show. I spilled coffee. Oh my God, I have to turn in my coffee drinking license. Oh, okay. I need to make a list of all the content creators I want to contribute to budget myself in order to donate. Yep, people do deserve it. People do deserve contributions. They do deserve, being supported, because especially since, YouTube keeps changing the algorithms more often than most of us change underwear. So there is that. Jason, no joke, there were people who stayed on Dauphin Island during Hurricane Frederick when I was a kid, when the storm was over. Well, there are people that are going to be stubborn and not leave. As a stand-up comedian once very comically said, I was born here and I'm going to die here. Yes, you are. If you practice stupidity, you are going to die where you live. I get our shitlords out of California first. And then what I'm thinking is put a big bullseye on the San Andreas fault line with a sign. Hit the bullseye, win a prize. Because I could quite frankly live without California. Nah, I've been there once. It was nice, but I didn't run into any of the people there, so I guess that's why it was nice. What you're looking at is Miss Caitlin Coleman and her husband, who have been freed by the Haqqani Network, and they are now in Pakistan waiting to get home. They've been captive for 5 years. Caitlin Coleman and her family were abducted when she was 32 and 7 months pregnant. The release was attributed to timely intelligence sharing. She was last seen in a hostage video December 2016. They vacationed as a family in the summer of 2012 to get a load of these countries now. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Afghanistan. So you went on a vacation to well-known conflict zones, and you weren't expecting as an American to get abducted? How dumb are you? Are you? I swear to God. I mean, I feel for her for getting abducted, but I mean, how dumb is she? How dumb is that entire fucking family? Abducted and being sequestered for 5 years in a foreign country isn't anything to laugh at. It's nothing to ridicule. But where were your decision-making skills when you thought going to conflict areas with your family was a good idea? I'm sorry, if I have a family, the last place I'm going to go to is a conflict area. American. Because all shit is going to break loose. But the phone changed it. I catch you in Discord there, Threxor. All right, us, because there's a story, and it's a kind of funny story. And they did those areas are fucked up. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, seriously, okay? That's too stupid for words. Upstate New York City's new law will send parents to jail because if their kids are bullies. This is North Tawanada in New York, upstate. If the kids commit the crime of bullying, there's a time up to 15 days in a jail cell to give the parents time to rethink their life choices on how they're raising their children. This is a new anti-bullying law by Tonawanda Common Council, and this is the first law of its kind in New York State. How are you? Excuse my lung, I hack a few every morning. If you look at it a certain way, not, because there are parents who either turn a blind eye to the fact that their children are bullying, or they encourage the bullying behavior. It starts at home. So the law may not last long. How will this work for single parent families? I have no clue. It doesn't describe it there. It was just a short little blurb I figured I would read out there. I mean, you're making the parents responsible for what their children did, which to me is a good idea. Wow, so you can't punish your kid or you go to jail, and if your kid is a brat, you go to jail? Well, in New York, if you're raising a bully and he actually is in New York, then the parents can go to jail. Yeah, that will teach those kids not to bully by making mom and dad pay the price. I know, Ren. They're trying to come up with something. To me, it's you. If you don't have a program in your school in place to stop the bullying, or, you know, if the kids that are being bullied don't feel safe enough to go to a counselor, to go to a teacher, to go to the principal and say they're being bullied because they feel they're going to be dismissed, their claims are going to be dismissed. This is a kid, especially in this day and time, that they're not just bullied by one person. They're bullied by maybe 2 or 3 to begin with, maybe 4 or 5 to begin with, depending on the bullying situation. And there's always going to be somebody that's going to be recording it on their smartphone. And this smartphone is going to go to this other kid's house, uploaded to Facebook. 20 million people are going to get tagged in this video. So when this kid comes back to school the next day, that 5 becomes 10, that 10 becomes 15, that 15 becomes 20 to 25, and this kid is now being mobbed and bullied on a constant basis. The world we live in now. This kid won't even be able to go online because they're going to be bullied and ridiculed and made fun of online. They're going to be dogpiled online. And, you know, these parents, because a lot of these parents are helicopter parents. They just kind of hover around. They really don't do much disciplining because they expect the school system to do it. You can't do that. You have got to discipline your children. I was bullied for 12 years in school. When I graduated, I didn't consider it graduation. I considered it surviving school. Yep, 10 or more join in for telling. Exactly. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. Something has got to be done about the bullying epidemic because it is an epidemic and it's getting worse. Everybody's going for their 15 minutes of fame. Reality check. I was threatened with jail when my father's daughter took her out of state for Thanksgiving in first grade because I was a custodial parent, even though I had no way to legally deny him his visitation. Wow. Well, it got to the point where I stopped giving a shit what people thought. So, hey. All right, we've got a couple of things to cover today. There's going to be 4 recommended. There's going to be 1 recommended blog post today of our rhetorical entertainments in the live chat, but he's probably going to get a surprise if he is, because I've got to put his link in the description pretty soon. All right, so first one. A helping hand tackles on taking a knee. He attacks this from both sides of the argument. He critiques both the left, he critiques the left and the right, and how the NFL handled the entire issue. It is a very interesting video to watch. One morning, I'll make it through a show without coffee. Adyin Paladin has Lefty Pedo Advocacy Philosophy Part 2. This is the second part in a 2-part series. It's very in-depth. She goes into a lot of detail. She goes into a lot of description and philosophy about how the left and pedo advocacy seem to be merging together. So that's a very interesting series to watch. Miss Misa came out with a video of should I be nice to feminists or SJWs? In this video, she describes that no matter how nice she is with them online, they still are rude to her in return. Another very interesting video to watch. Running Guns News, who is in Vegas, came out with a video that I believe is must see, and it is titled, Do Not Exploit Us, signed a Las Vegas resident. He goes into a mini rant about how it should not have been made into a gun control issue, how you should stop and wait for everything, you know, to blow over, for the dead to be buried, for, you know, the investigation to be over. Yes, they are, Minty. They are a piece of human garbage. Hey, Futter. And things of that nature. So that's another video you guys really need to see. Live streams today. Red Fox does her graveyard shift at 5 p.m. Central. I believe that's 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm a news chick that doesn't know time zones. Dun, dun, dun. There's another one. Okay, so we've got that. Recommended blog post that's going to start a series. Let me come over here. Yeah. Gun control is both handle. Because, you know, because reasons, yo. I'm about to elongate this and hide this doohickey. Arthur from Rhetorical Entertainment is starting a blog series on YouTube copyright, Part 1, Introduction to CMS. Through his channels and through going through the YouTube partnership program and the content creator school, he has learned a lot about copyright, how you can get pegged for copyright, how you can get struck, how you can avoid getting struck. And he has decided to share this information to the rest of the content creators in a series of blog posts and videos. I'm going to put the link in the live chat. Because every time I go to do something, or every time I've done something, I'll ask him if I've goofed, because he is our expert on copyright in my server. He's a really good guy. He's a decent fella. You really need to go over his channel and check out his content, because his content's really good too. He's a political commentator, and he does live streams on different topics as well. So that's our own rhetorical entertainment. This is actually going to wrap up with 2 videos, and this is a precursor to him actually going to Base Mama's Kilroy event, where he will be doing a workshop on copyright. So keep an eye on that. And that's our rhetorical entertainment. Funny. God, I haven't heard Happy Tree Friends in forever. For our funny, I follow a single dad laughing blog post, and every once in a while he rounds up some really funny memes, so I'm going to share some of those with you today. My favorite meme: my dog turns into a caterpillar when she sees nail clippers. Where'd the paws go? Morning, UT 33200. I have a lot of thoughts on the new HIV law. For those of you that are not aware, California passed a law saying the knowingly transmitting the HIV or AIDS virus is now a misdemeanor and not a felony. Because their reasoning for this is because there are treatments out there. Treatments are not a cure. You are still shortening the lifespan of these people that you pass this disease on to. It should go back to a felony and stay that way, in my opinion. All right, next meme. When someone shows me a photo of their kid, I actually like driving alone because I can listen to the same song 27 times in a row without anyone stopping me. This duck had one hell of a phone conversation. That's kind of funny. A little bigger so you guys can see it better. Looks like this duck had one hell of a phone conversation. I know I pace when I'm on the phone. Okay, so today in chemistry, this kid, Roman, was walking across the room to get something, and he tripped, and this one girl immediately shouts, "The empire has fallen!" And I cried. Theaters be like, $62.95. Me as a wife, I have good news and bad news. Bad news first. Our son made a mess in the sink. We don't have a son. Meet Baxter. Good dogs today. So, I mean, today wasn't a bad day, but let's be real. It's not a good day unless you spot at least one dog. I'm not seeing any dogs. It's cold. The world is getting darker. I'm scared. Which is the first Pokemon. So now you guys know where I got from last night, night before. Yeah, which is the first Pokemon? Bulbasaur, Mew, Raiden, and Arceus. And they go on to explain. For those of you that do not get this, Bulbasaur is the first one on the Pokédex. Mew is the genetic ancestor to all Pokemon. Raiden was the first Pokemon ever created, and Arceus created the universe, so it's also technically the first in that it came before everything, even space and time. Therefore, there is no correct answer. Pokemon ain't real. How's that answer? You watch your mouth. Yep. Ooh, white supremacy symbol. And then God said, "Who's a good boy?" All right, here we go. Oh, I'm jerking. Let me scroll back up here. My brother's toothbrushes over the past month. Why is he so angry? Response. Does dude even still have teeth? My mom kept my baby clothes she knitted for me so I could put them on my future children. So I did. Sir Wolfie. Callie also wants to be their own country and make the United States pay to keep milk. Yeah, we're not. You're not. On the plane, guy beside me. Can there be anything worse than a baby crying on a plane? Me pulling out a kazoo. Let's find out. I don't want to play the video. Let me scroll. You people suck. Okay, so apparently this thing just froze. So we're going. That's the funny stuff. I'm refusing to get today. So, it's a little over half an hour. I'm getting there. Not all of us want that. There are a lot of sane people in California. We have a huge Republican populace because outside of major cities, we're a giant farming state. Yeah. Well, also, too, you don't have Cali doesn't have resources to really stand on their own. They borrow resources from other states. Fenrir, fuck that. They can get their own military and we can charge them for the bases they took. Reality check. I'm a registered libertarian before anyone accuses me of being. We will not accuse you of being anything. Remember, I like to stay particularly neutral, so I don't assume anything about anybody religion-wise, political leanings, or anything like that. You know, I like to have a conversation with you as a person. And I am also one of those rare people that will agree to disagree if we can't find some sort of middle ground. We need water, for fuck's sake. Help! Give me water. Exactly. I mean, I got into a conversation on Twitter the other day and somebody called me a Trumper. And I'm like, just because I'm pro First Amendment doesn't mean I voted for Trump. It just means I'm pro First Amendment. It's amazing. Fenrir, you have the Republicans in Cali, but the cities. Vote. Yeah. And see, that's what astounds me about people like Mundane Matt and the Amazing Atheists that want to get rid of the Electoral College. If we got rid of the Electoral College, California and New York, the two biggest nanny states in the United States, would be making our presidential decisions for us every 4 years. By you guys, but that scares the shit out of me. It's a lefty in some cases. But not so far left you're looking for tinfoil hats. Stray Sith male, don't you know, Maddie, even if you don't call him the devil, they're going to call you a racist or a Trumper. Hey, yeah, well, yeah. I have learned that. I also learned not to tweet myself into a debate before coffee. Not to open up my emails before coffee. Not to respond to anything I'm tagged in that's derogatory or inflammatory before coffee, because that's when my ire comes out, because my brain ain't awake yet. So I just sort of respond out of instinct. And yeah, I tend to overdo it sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Lots of things I shouldn't be doing before coffee. Some people say I shouldn't computer before coffee. And sometimes I believe them. So when I get my new computer, this setup that you see on the screen is going to change. Whether you know it or not, this is not OBS. Broadcasted off of XSplit either. When I call this the most ghetto news show on YouTube, I am being literal. What you're seeing is my desktop after I have hidden my icons in presentation mode through Hangouts. So, yeah. I ghetto it because my computer can't run XSplit and it doesn't do OBS. So what you are seeing is my computer desktop. So, but when I get my new computer, I will be streaming through OBS. I will not only be doing the news through OBS, the book club will come back. And Old Time Radio Theater will come back. I have a small itty bitty little channel that I first started blogging on. That's called Madness Live. I'm going to be doing gaming streams on that from time to time and inviting people to game with me. Doing live streams through Hangouts. I'll be doing them through my Discord because fuck Hangouts. Fuck Hangouts. Screw that. So, my friends, thank you for joining me. Oh, one more announcement. October 31st, which is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have found the entire broadcast of War of the Worlds from 1938. So Old Time Radio Theater is going to be doing an off-schedule live stream airing of the original War of the Worlds on Halloween. So keep an eye out for the trailer and the announcements between now and then. And I hope you guys will be there, and I hope you guys will absolutely enjoy that. And I am hoping that I have a new computer by then. That way it will be streamed the way I want to stream it. Glory. So we'll do it then too. I need that in my life. So you know what time it is. Yeah, I've been looking for it because to me, radio shows, and the War of the Worlds show, when it aired in 1938, rocked the United States because there was only a small, very brief announcement before the radio play started. So people that were tuning into the radio after the announcement was given was actually thinking that the country was being invaded by aliens. There was mass panic in the streets. They literally had to announce after the play was over that it was a fictional depiction of an alien invasion. It was done in 1938, which was a year before Pearl Harbor and our involvement in World War II. So we were already on edge watching the world's events, and Orson Welles goes and does this radio play. So I hope you guys will meet me there on Halloween. It is, it's not adult content because this was 1938. They had very, very strict FCC laws then. So if you are not trick-or-treating with your children, have them listen to it too. As usual, my friends, start as soon as this stream is over. Yeah, but we were still trying to avoid stuff in 1939. 39 to 45 was World War II. We were trying to stay isolationist, but we were keeping an eye on what was going on in the world because we weren't stupid. We were not stupid. So, may your coffee ever flow. May your caffeine be ever strong. Have a thoroughly terrific Thursday.